welcome to my channel. So here is my layout share for my July Like Forever kit. Now there's quite a few layouts here, but you'll find that there's not so many process videos. Partly because I haven't had the time to scrap at home this month. I've had family over, so it's been busy. Absolutely loved it, but it has meant that the videos haven't been created. However, I do still go to a friend's once a week and we scrapbook there, so I'm still getting layouts produced even if it's at a slower rate. So anyway, let's show you what I managed to create with this kit. So this first one I did create at a friend's house, but then there is a process video because I created this layout but without any of the background. And then I did the background at home thinking with these pictures it did need it. So this is a very simple layout in the fact it's just got the washi tape strip, 2 die cuts, excuse me, excuse me, it's morning here, and yeah, so and then there's one of the acetate shapes and one of the little pieces from my stash. So not particularly heavy on the embellishments, this layout, but with the mixed media in the background, which you can see on the process video, it does suit the photos very well. So that was my first layout, and then because on the same evening I'd created that layout that was so quick, I did get a second layout done, and this one uses mostly the Elle Studios papers, which go really well together, but then we have got a few different die cuts added into this for a bright fun layout of my teenager wearing a lovely kiddies hair wrap thing, whatever they're called. So yeah, this was quite simple to put together as well. I think the fact that I used different size photos helped with both of these because that sort of created part of the design. This next one, there is a process video for the embellishment for this one, though of course not the stitching, but I did want to give that a go. So me and my friend, when we do meet up, we are trying to challenge ourselves to something a little bit different. So this was stitching on a layout, hence the reason it was started at her house. So yeah, I've basically drawn around this starburst type design and then actually popped in the centre the little embellishments that match, and I've done a couple of little embellishment clusters on there as well, and I've even used the tiny little hearts from the doily shape. So you will see a process video for this one, apart from of course the stitching. Stitching then became a bit of a thing. Now there is a process video for this one as well, but this is now using the other pieces that I drew round to actually stitch them straight down. There's not, well, the papers are all from this kit in the background, and this little die cut I think was from this kit. However, the likes of the little Amy Tan stickers and the little Simple Stories stickers, and then a couple of little chipboard pieces and a random felt piece that's been in my stash for quite a while were used. Also, that's where I managed to use the little Simple Stories label sticker. So I got a couple of little bits from my stash used up there, as well as quite a lot of papers. Even the circles are just papers. So say you'll find a process video for that one. You'll then find a process video for my Project Life week 14. This is using quite a few of the die cuts from the pack. These labels, I can't remember if they were in that die cut pack or they were from my stash. I do think they were in that die cut pack. So I think the only one from my stash is this camera and then the chipboard piece from Studio Calico. But I did get to use quite a few of those up, and this again, there is a process video for this one. And then the last one I have a process video for, before I think I'm nearly done with the kit but find out I'm not, is this one. So this is me using the mask and the spray mist. I used some lemons on a page that has nothing to do with lemons, but it did suit, and then die cut pieces, and then a couple of little tiny word stickers and some wooden stars accompany that one. But I do like to get at least one boy layout out of a kit, even if the kit is quite girly. So that's that one. Then we had a challenge where we'd mess about with the stencil and some modelling paste. So created sort of this diagonal design. Then we've got some little die cut hearts that I've scattered about as well. Of course, the photos backed in the paper, and the whole thing is backed on the paper. Got a few of the little flower die cuts in the frame, and then a title that I'd cut out. I cut a few different images out for us to do stitching, and this is one of the ones that we didn't use to go round, so it ended up becoming my title piece on this layout. So again, quite a simple one, but I do like the way it looks, especially with the black and white photo and the design on the background. Excuse me. Right, then I had my challenge of using hexagons. So this is where I thought the kit was pretty much finished. So I went through every single piece of paper that I had left. I cut a 3x4 photo, 3x4 card wherever I possibly could, and then used all the scraps to punch a load of hexagons. And that's what then became this layout, and the plan was to then do my 3x4 cards. You'll see that that changed slightly, but anyway. So these are all punched out of various different papers, placed in a sort of blockbustery type of way. I've even managed to use the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 banners, all there. Another one of the chipboard Studio Calico pieces, and then quite a few of the little die cuts and little embellishments. I think this one's a Studio Calico chipboard, these two are Freckle Fawn, but apart from that they are from the kit. And that's also where quite a few of my letters did go. But yeah, so there isn't a process video for this one, but as you can see, I've just punched a load of hexagons. I have drawn around them to give them a bit more of a pop, and also bring in that black that's in the photo. And then we've got layered up little embellishments here and here, and then a little cluster up in the top corner. And I have popped that banner piece on foam, which I'm not sure if you can see, but that is on foam, and then I've just drew the string underneath, and then I did go around the whole layout in the black pen too. So that is what I thought was my last layout. However, we then set ourselves the next challenge of using up a load of wood pieces. So a lot of the stuff on this layout, or the wood pieces for example, weren't in the kit or weren't in my Add the Stash. However, I did use papers from the kit, so hence the reason it stayed in my, process or layout share from this month's kit. So I designed a background for us both that just used a big cutout heart and then a few smaller ones, just for a little bit of variety. We both started off putting wooden pieces in the shape, and then my friend did end up taking off this top part and leaving it with the heart shape underneath, whereas I kept the heart shape on the top. So they both ended up looking completely different. But I've got some of the branding strips, little strips down here. I've also then got a die cut arrow and a flower that I'd cut out of one of the papers for another layout and didn't end up using. This little stars from my stash, as is the Today Rocks. I have a couple of the little peachy hearts dotted about in the wood veneer, and then I do have a little gold piece and a little gold heart and a little gold chevron. They were also from my stash. I backed the hearts in papers, and these were, I think this one was a leftover hexagon from the layout before, and these one were the front and back of a 3x4 card that I cut out. So you'll find that one was the front, one was the back on both of those. So I did only use two of my 3x4 cards, and then again another branding strip just down the side with the little die cut tab, which I do need to put the date on, another little sticker and a couple of little stars. So that's a fun layout to try, especially if you have loads of wood veneer like me. Just start placing the big bits and see how far you go. So that's that one. And then I went round to my friend's last night thinking, what am I going to do? I took some extra papers and then I ended up messing about with the 3x4 cards that I cut out, and I actually used them to create a layout. So these are all the 3x4 cards that I had cut out ready to do 3x4 cards, all scattered about. Now I found with the busyness of that paper I didn't need much more, so I've got just a little bit of a branding strip on the side. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then and away. I was going to do and sleep, but I had no E's, so we used up some more A's. And then from the My Mind's Eye My Stash label stickers, I did find a hello and a sleeping in black, which was perfect. I used some little gold triangles. They were from I think it was Crepe Paper, the Crepe Paper little gold sticker set. I've got a little banner strip that was from a previous kit from the My Mind's Eye, and then we've got little white hearts, 3 down there and 1 tucked up in the numbers, which I'm not sure if you can see. It is sunny here, but the lighting is a bit shocking for a morning. But anyway, and then I did go round all of the 3x4 cards in black as well to make them stand out. So that was a layout that I ended up putting together that I didn't expect to be putting together from this kit, which has created yet another layout from this kit. So in the end I ended up with just 6 3x4 cards. There isn't a process video for these, mainly because I did start doing these 3x4 cards. I did a few when I was at my friend's, thinking, oh, I'll finish off all the rest on camera. But no, I ended up using them all on a layout instead. So I've got the likes of the bicycle used with the word bloom and a couple of the little hearts. I've got the die cuts with the butterfly and the little red doily-ish type. I then have a chipboard piece with the lovely camera that I've been using ever since I saw the die cut pack, but it never actually ended up suiting a layout, but that's got on a little card. We've got the You Make Me Happy, and this has a hole in the middle. It's like a wreath, and I've popped on it a little Freckle Fawn wooden piece that I'd pulled from my stash, and then just 2 little word stickers. I then have another doily piece, and that's with 2 of the stars that I pulled in from Freckle Fawn, and then it says Good Times. And then lastly we've got the little typewriter with a little heart that I'd cut out from the paper but then used the other side, and a little arrow. So I have managed to get 6 3x4 cards out of this. Not as much, but the point is to get layouts out of the kit. The 3x4 cards just use up the bits. So yeah, if you have any questions about any of the layouts or any of the things that I used, especially things that were from my own stash rather than from the kit, please do let me know in the comments below, and I'll be more than happy to answer the questions. But how many have I managed to get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 layouts, 1 Project Life spread, and 6 3x4 cards. So I say that that kit is definitely done, and I am fully allowed to work on August kit from now. So keep an eye out. I will be adding my stash for the August kit, and I'll see what I can get creating with that. And I'll speak to you all again soon.